Hey
Hi DMS,
DMS
it's Jack.
and Van. On this week's broadcast, we have a lot to cover, so let's dive right in.
Starting with this year's spring musical, we're telling the story of The Little Mermaid.
Singing it over to Riley and Menard to learn more about it.
What's up, DMS? It's Riley.
And Menard. Why are you still doing choreo for the musical?
I just couldn't get a song out of my head
How can we relive this moment?
by going under the sea.
What was the hardest part about the musical?
The hardest part about the musical is, for me as a director, finding time to work with actors on their acting. Yes, we act when we are singing, but there's a lot of songs in our show with a little bit of acting.
Why did you guys choose The Little Mermaid for this year's musical?
We chose Little Mermaid because it is a show, or it's just a story that I have really enjoyed ever since the movie came out when I was young, and it just worked out this year with the different students that we had involved. That we felt comfortable, like this is a year that we can do this show.
What was your favorite song in the musical?
My favorite song in the musical is Poor Unfortunate Souls by Ursula. She is my favorite character, and just that song is just a really great song.
What character did you play in the musical?
I played the role of Ariel.
What was your favorite part?
Probably getting to play a different role than what I have in the past. I've played a lot of comedic roles, and this was definitely a step in a different direction for me.
What was your least favorite part about this role?
The vocals are pretty challenging.
What was your favorite song in the play?
I really like the song She's in Love because the vocals that the Mer sisters sing, it just sounds awesome.
What role did you play?
I played Prince Eric.
What was your favorite part about that role?
My favorite part about being Prince Eric is that I got a lot of stage time.
What was the hardest struggle you had?
Probably having to sing and dance at the same time.
What was your favorite song in the musical?
My favorite song in the musical was Under the Sea.
I never knew how hard it was to put on that production.
Yeah, with all the quick changes in the mics, it can get pretty difficult.
You guys made it look so easy.
Now that we've seen part of their world, let's go back to the surface. Acting it back to Jack and Van.
Wow, I'm so glad I saw the new musical.
Yeah, me too.
Did you celebrate National Library Week a few weeks ago?
No, I didn't. What's that?
Chase and Chris are there now to show it what it's all about.
Hey DMS.
It's Christopher.
And Chase.
Hey Chase, do you know anything about National Library Week?
No, but I know Miss Berger knows more about it. We should go ask her.
People do in National Library Week?
Well, it's kind of different all over the country. Public libraries will have big things going on, big parties, big events. At schools, we usually have some kinds of giveaways or celebrations, like we're having a spirit week, and every day during the week there is trivia and canvas to give away candy bars. So it just kind of depends on where you are and how much your librarian wants to party it up.
What's the main purpose of National Library Week?
Just to raise awareness about the importance of libraries and draw attention to libraries. I think most people forget that libraries, including public libraries, are one of the only things left in the world that's free. It's free to go there, it's free to use the resources, it's free to use the internet. So even if it's not a school library, public libraries are just one of those awesome things that deserve to be recognized.
So does National Library Week happen every year?
It does. National School Library Month is April every year, and then usually the second week of each year in April is National School Library Week.
Do you get to pick what you do on National Library Week, or like is there like something you have to do every year?
No, it's totally up to me. There are like the National Library Association, the Missouri Library Association can put out ideas. Plus, I have tons of friends that are librarians, and we share our ideas with each other. But it's really anything I want to do.
Man, that library trip was great.
If you're still wondering more about National Library Week, you should go ask Mrs. Berger. She knows more.
What was all first today, DMS?
Reading it back to the anchors.
That seems like a great way to celebrate our libraries and librarians.
Yeah, it's a great way to see such an important part of our school recognized. Look at the time.
It's time for this week's Culture Corner. This week we are covering Ukraine and their amazing, unique culture.
I heard Gio has more information for us. Sending it over to him.
What's up, DMS? Welcome back to another exciting edition of this week's Cultural Corner, where we explore the rich traditions and stories that make different cultures from around the world unique and special. This week, we'll be learning about Ukraine.
Hi, my name is Luba, and I'm going to share a little bit about my country, Ukraine. In my country, some people celebrate Victory Day. This day marks the end of World War II. In the picture, there is the tomb of the unknown soldier in Kiev. This dish is called borscht. It is made of beef, cabbage, potatoes, and carrots. It is a very popular meal in Ukraine. I think it is a very delicious. The two pictures below are pelmeni and sal. This is my school in Ukraine. It is called Shkola in Russian. My school had 1 grade to 11th grade in the same building. In the younger grades, students were in forms. Thank you for learning about my country of Ukraine.
Well, DMS, that brings us to the end of today's Cultural Corner. Thanks for learning more about Ukraine with me. See you next time, DMS.
That was a beautiful journey through Ukraine's culture and history.
Now let's switch gears and head to something a little closer to home.
We're shifting from the rich traditions of Ukraine to the fast-paced action of the baseball field.
I heard Mac can give us a sneak peek behind the scenes of our hometown team.
Hey DMS, it's Mac. The MLB season has started and I'm excited. Have you ever wondered what goes on behind the scenes of games? I always have, and I know a couple people I could talk to learn more about this. But they're not here. They're here. I'm gonna go interview them right now. Okay. What is your name?
My name is Grace Erickson.
What do you do?
I am the social media coordinator for the Kansas City Royals.
How'd you get your job?
So I applied for this job 2 years ago. It was the trainee position, so more like an intern. I went to school and I studied marketing and journalism, so kind of a little bit of everything that goes into social media. Applied to be the trainee, got that, and then now I'm moved up a level. Now I'm the coordinator.
What is your name?
Chandra Statmuller.
What do you do?
I am our manager of game entertainment, so I oversee pretty much everything that's not the baseball game itself during the game. So whether that's what's going up on the video board, what's happening on between the innings, the national anthem, first pitch, hot dog derby, all of that fun stuff that happens during the game.
How'd you get your job?
I got started with kind of connected with the Royals when I was in high school with a project that we did for them, and then I started on game crew and did some game day stuff and just kind of did whatever I was told, and then have just slowly worked my way up to be in this role.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
What is your name?
My name is Sam Lutz.
What do you do?
I am senior producer for the Kansas City Royals, and I'm also a photographer for the Kansas City Chiefs.
How did you get your job?
So I got the Royals job. I was just a photographer for fun, and it was a hobby. And then I had a friend of a friend of a friend who worked for Baseball Advanced Media, which was MLB's digital and social wing at the time. And that friend had seen some of my pictures, and she said I should apply for this open photography position based in Kansas City, which is where I'm from. I grew up here. And so I applied, having never been paid to take a photo in my life. I got the job somehow, and I worked for MLB for 2 years. And then from there, I came on to the Royals as a freelance photographer, also starting to do a little bit of video. So that was my first foray into video. A year after that, I was brought on full-time as a content producer at the Royals, which that position was 90% video, maybe 10% photography. And then from there, I've just been promoted and kept kind of climbing the ladder, and that's how I got to senior producer.
What is your name?
I am Mac's mom. Just kidding. Jeannie Kenyon.
What do you do?
I'm a staff accountant for the Royals.
How did you get your job?
A long time ago, before any of the people watching this were born, I applied from an ad in the newspaper in 2008 to work here.
What's your favorite memory of working here?
Winning the World Series in 2015. I have a ring. I got to be in the parade. I went to the games in New York. It was amazing.
Man, that was super interesting. Who knew so much happens just besides the players? Anyway, I'm gonna head back to DMS. Alright, DMS, that's all I have for today. Sending it back to Jack and Van.
That's a great way to start off the spring.
Speaking of spring, let's get us into the spring spirit. Maddie and Tori have a craft for us.
Hey DMS, it's Tori and Maddie. With Spring in Full Bloom, we thought we would celebrate the season by making a fun spring craft. It's a perfect way to bring some fresh, bright vibes into your home. Well, that's a wrap on today's exciting spring crafting fun. I hope you're feeling inspired to bring some fun, colorful touches into your home this season. It's Tori and Maddie, and you're watching the DMS broadcast.
These flowers are so beautiful.
It's a great way to end our broadcast.
Remember to be respectful
Be responsible
and cause kindness. Bye, DMS.